This video will explain the steering gear test conducted by Coast Guard Cutter Bertolf prior to departure from Dutch Harbor, Alaska. On the Bertolf, there are two identical aft steering gear rooms. We have now entered the port aft steering gear room. To the left, we see the rudder actuator, and to the right, we see the ship service air piping for emergency inflation of the rudder seal in case of seal failure. Next, we take a look at the B-sides pump, hydraulic oil tank, pressure gauges, tank level indicator, and tank temperature gauge. As we make our way around to the other side, we pass the B-side pump motor controller, the aft steering stand, the A-side pump motor controller, and now we have a good view of both pumps sitting side by side. Below the A-side pump is the A-side hydraulic oil tank, pressure gauges, tank level indicator, and tank temperature gauge. The black shell and tube coolers use salt water to cool the hydraulic oil. Before entering the cooler, the salt water goes through a duplex strainer as seen in the video. Now, for the steering gear test description, this is ET3 Healy. As you can see, ET3 Healy is using a sound power phone to communicate with the bridge, also known as the pilot house. When the bridge announces over the 1MC to set special sea detail, ET3 Healy will report to port aft steering and say over the sound power phone, "Port aft steering manned and ready." The ET and starboard aft steering will do the same. Then the bridge will call down to starboard aft steering first, then port aft steering. When the bridge called ET3 Healy, the bridge told her to sally her rudder. To do so, she ensures the steering wheel is at midships. Then she switched control to local using the switch on the stand. She turns the wheel right and left 5 degrees. If the rudder angle indicator on the stand gives the proper rudder response, then she will report as such back to the bridge. If there is no response, she will report as such to the bridge and the casualty will be investigated. CFR 46, Chapter 1, Part 58.25 includes requirements for ancillary steering equipment, auxiliary steering gear, control systems, communication, piping, feeder circuit, and other safety or emergency equipment. The sections applicable to the steering gear test include 1. The sound power phone, which must be provided for communications between the pilot house and the steering compartment. 2. Proper operation of indication of rudder angle at the main steering station in the pilot house and in the steering gear compartment. 3. Right rudder and left rudder response. 4. Testing that the two separate and independent power actuating systems and the two identical hydraulic power actuating systems comply with regulations under normal operations. Thank you for watching this video.